friends, welcome back to my channel. Sass here. Child, I'm here for a recap of Prison Brides. Yes, I missed last week. Y'all already know. So I'm going to try to combine some of the stories from last week to some of the stories, this week. So we met some new participants, child. Okay, now I will say the first participant I'm going to talk about, I'm rooting for them. I am rooting for them. Child, let me get the name right, child. Jessica and Craig. Okay, Jessica is 29 from Australia. Craig is 35. Okay, now he's in prison because of robbery. All right, now he's been in and out of jail and prison since he was 12 years old. He says that he's only spent like 3.5 years out of jail or prison. He said he had no structure. He had no discipline growing up, and he was a badass kid. So he was just out here stealing things. That's what he knew. He knew how to steal. He seen something to steal, so he stole it. Now, they met each other on, of course, a prison pen pal website, child. Child, I'm telling you, this prison pen pal website is getting worn out, honey. I think everyone on this cast, not everyone, I think. Maybe not. Maybe one was a hookup. But anyway, the majority of the people on this show met through this prison pen pal website. So anyway, so he's been in and out of prison, and they are married. They've been married for 2 years. But one thing about Joseph, I'm going to give him his props. He is on a work release program. And what he has done is that he has saved $35,000. What? He has saved that much money, but he did say that throughout him and Jessica's relationship that he has spent over $20,000 in phone calls and I guess, other, things. But I think that he has helped her, throughout, their relationship financially, as well. So we have Jessica. Jessica is excited to get her husband, out of prison. He also has a sister. His sister is hurting. Okay, she says that she has some resentment towards her brother because, of course, growing up, he wasn't there for her. He was in and out of being incarcerated. So she's, of course, excited to, see him out. And there's one thing that Joseph said that I was like, okay, he may be in for the long haul. He said that he not only hurt himself by what he done that end up in prison, the victims was also hurt. I like that he said the victims. And he also said, I hurt my family. Okay. He said it wasn't just me that was affected by my actions. Everyone was affected. The victims, my family, I just hurt everyone. And he said he feels guilty about that. I like that he said that. Because he's absolutely right. I don't think they realize that when they do certain things or their actions affect so many people. But at that time, they're just thinking about themselves. But when they get in trouble and they are incarcerated, who are the first people they call? Their family. So, I like that he said that. So, it's time for him to get out, child. And it's time for a party. And Jessica is getting, some balloons and some gifts, and it's a homecoming party and his birthday party. So, the sister and Jessica are just, two through. So, anyway, it is time for him to get out. he gets out, huggy, huggy, kissy, kissy, and honey, he got in the driver's seat. I said, he still got a license. He still have a license after 9.5 years? Child, I guess. Because, honey, he got in that seat, and I was like, okay, Joseph. Joseph says that he is too done with the prison system, getting in trouble. He have things to prove. He hurt his sister. He's going to prove to his sister, you know, that he's going to be that brother that she deserves. He says that he got a house, he got a wife, he got a car, and he got $35K in the bank. And I ain't mad at it. I am cheering for Joseph and Jessica. I really am. I hope they work out. Let's move on. This couple right here. Gabriella, she's 26, from Germany. And she met Jamal. He's from Michigan. And he's incarcerated because of a second-degree murder charge. Okay, he unalived somebody. Now, they also met through a pen pal prison site. Okay, and she said she really wasn't thinking anything about it. She really wasn't. But when she seen Jamal, oh, it was over. It was over. And of course, you know, we are here. Now, she is helping her sister who runs a coffee shop. And of course, her sister is just too done. Her sister cannot believe that her sister is involved with a man, not only in prison, in the United States, but he unalived somebody, allegedly. No, this is too much. Now, Gabriella says that he was wrongfully accused, okay? This is what she said happened. She said that when Jamal was 15 years old, he was accused of unaliving his best friend. She says that there was no DNA, that he had a hard, stern, fast alibi, and he had no business being convicted. She said, and this is what Gabriella said. Gabriella said that the reason why Jamal is in prison and was convicted of this crime is because his mother. Let me say it again. His mother went down to the police station and said that her son, which is Jamal, told her that he unalived his best friend.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
So you mean to tell me his mama snitched? I know you lied. So Jamal says that that he didn't do it. He says that he had been friends with his best friend since the 2nd grade, that he did not commit this crime. He said that there was no DNA, that they took DNA, and the DNA did not match Jamal. And again, apparently he was with some other people who said that Jamal was with them when this crime was committed. But he was still found guilty. I don't know, y'all. I'm going to have to do some research. I'm going to have to look up this case. Because if he had an ironclad alibi, okay, and if the DNA did not match, why was he convicted? And furthermore, why would his mom go to the police station and say that Jamal told her that? I need to look in on this case. But anyway, he's in there, said that his possible release date is in 2038. 14 years from now. But Gabriella said, listen, I got hope. Okay, she is trying to contact or try to get an appeal lawyer. It's going to cost her about $30,000, but she's going to see if she can get him out. Now listen, people have been wrongfully accused for many years, all right? And they have been released because of, DNA. DNA in the 80s, 90s were not as advanced as it is now. So, of course, people who have been accused of unaliving somebody have been released. So, I don't know if this boy did it or not. Like I said, I just found that very odd that a mother, I don't know. I'm going to have to do some digging into this case. But anyway, child, that is Gabriella and Jamal. Now, let's talk about Olivia and KJ. Olivia is 26. She's a dance teacher and she lives in London. KJ is 24. Okay? He got 8 years. Home invasion. Okay? He's already done pulled 6.5. And they met through the prison pen pal. She said at first 2 weeks they emailed each other. Then they talked to each other. And then 3 days after that, he proposed. So within a month, they were engaged. He in prison, you in London. Okay, honey, why they gotta move? Why you gotta move so fast? But she said she was smitten. She went to go see him. Love at first sight, child. Love at first sight. But see, in order for them to get married, they have to have this paperwork. And the paperwork involved is a birth certificate. Okay. Now, Jamal's foster family, adopted family, his mother have said birth certificate. But the mother said, you ain't getting it. Okay, the mother is avoiding Olivia. Olivia done called, done texted, everything underneath the sun. And the mother is like, not quite yet. Olivia says she has no idea why his family is treating her like this. She has no idea why the family don't like her, why the family don't want them to get married. Well, I don't know either. I guess we're going to find out when you meet up with that mother. KJ is just too through, okay? He's upset because his family is not turning over his birth certificate, because without the birth certificate, you can't get married. So, Olivia takes it upon herself to go over to the United States to go visit her fiance, and she calls and she texts and she calls. There is no response from KJ's mother. She got in contact with his best friend Tyreek to see if Tyreek can help convince, his family to turn over said birth certificate. So she's just frustrated. All right. So then she had a date and time set to meet Tyreek, and honey, Tyreek said, Honey, Tyreek stood her up. He did not respond to her calls or text, child. She visited KJ, and KJ is just livid, she said. She said that he's very upset over this. But as we see next week, she's going to meet up with his mother, and hopefully his mother will give her said birth certificate. Honey, I can't wait for this, because I want to see what this mother got to say. Why is she so against this? Well, for the obvious reasons. Her son is incarcerated. He's got to do 6.5 years. He's done proposed to a woman in London. Don't even know this woman really that well. They never met her, I bet. So, child, it's a whole lot of so. We'll see next week. Let's move on. Joseph and Zvia, or whatever her name is. I think it's Zvia. Anyway, honey, Joseph is out. Okay? They done had them a good old time, child. They getting to know each other. All right? He done blew that back out, child, every which way but loose. I'm sure they had a good old time. And so the plan is when his parole is over, he needs to move over to Germany, because she said she ain't living here in the United States. She said, not me. Now see, most of the participants want to move to the United States, not Zvi. Okay? She said, no, he's going to come on over here to Germany. Okay? But see, he needs to learn some German. She says that she's done sent him books in prison to, help him, at least try to learn some things. Honey, them books was bookends. Them things was collecting dust. He didn't even open those books because he was trying to say screwdriver in German, and it was a hot mess, child. So no, he did not crack open those books. Joseph, you had all the time in the world to at least try. You didn't even try, child. So as we know, they are staying in his cousin's basement. She hates it. Okay. One of y'all said in the comments, that's a dungeon. You may be right. It was a little basementy, but hey, he's done spent all this time in prison. So he good with it. She is not. He was like, I can stay on the air mattress. She said, nuh-uh, not today. I can't be sleeping on the air mattress. So she bought a bed, okay? And she was the one that was telling them, him and his cousin, how to put a bed together. She said, don't let the Germans fool you. We know how to put together beds, okay? Our work ethic is undefeated. And I'm thinking to myself, these two grown men can put a bed together. Prison or not. And there were no instructions. So they got the bed together, and Joseph says that he's done. He's done with the prison. He's got him a woman, a strong, independent, capable woman. And he says that, his motive is to get a job, to get a place, and to spend the rest of his life with Zvi. So, we'll see, y'all. I got a question mark behind that one. But we'll see. Let's move on. So that's it, y'all. That is it. That is it for this week's Prison Bride. And I tried to combine both of them. I'm not going to talk about Michael and Aaron, child. They had a party for him. And Aaron's ovaries was exploding because he held a baby, child. We already know about that relationship and how that worked out. Is he still in jail? Is he still in jail, Aaron, for swinging on you and dragging somebody down the road, child? Girl. To my new subscribers, welcome to the family, honey. Y'all showed up and showed out on my last video. Okay? News you can't use. You showed up and showed out. I appreciate you. Y'all know what to do. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends.